The antique store in my area, this specific one happens to be a really good one. It has over 100 booths and each booth is owned by someone else, which means that there's more chances or more opportunity to find video games, which obviously if you're watching this, you love video games or are interested in them. And this one specifically is awesome because the guy who owns this antique store also has a booth dedicated to just video games. So we're going to head out to the antique store and see what we can find. And honestly, I love coming to this place every time. I end up picking things up. It's just amazing. So let's check it out right now. First off, we see this Viper 2 controller for the PlayStation, and it was $18. Then I saw this lonely Xbox 360 on the ground, and then I saw this Pac-Man plug and play for $6 was way too much. And honestly, I feel like spending my money on other things would be a lot better. And so I just decided I wanted to pass on this because honestly, it just wasn't worth it for me, and I see these things all the time. I ended up seeing this Pikachu hat. I thought about getting it, but I'd never wear it and it was too small for me. Then this Mario Kart Wii controller, but it wasn't actually the Mario Nintendo one. Then I picked up two games here. I picked up God of War 3 and I picked up God of War Ascension on both the PS3. Then I saw a PlayStation Portable game, Twisted Metal Head-On, and I just knew I had to pick that up. And honestly, I am super stoked about how this turned out. I got Twisted Metal Head-On for $5. That's a pretty good deal there. God of War 3 for $5 on the PlayStation 3, and then God of War Ascension for $5 as well. So I don't believe I have God of War 3 on the PS3. I think I have Ascension, but I know I don't have Twisted Metal Head-On. I'll definitely enjoy that. So when I saw these three games for $5 a piece, I knew I had to pick them up and I couldn't pass on them because that's such a good deal. Moving on, we made our way through the hallways and we found an Xbox original game, but it was just All-Star Baseball. I opened it up to make sure there wasn't something else in it. And then I saw the same NES Fisher-Price game that I always see, never moves, same place. And then I check out this place in the back, but they never ever have games there. So I tend to pass on these few items here that I saw. That All-Star Sports Baseball, it's just not worth it. I think I even have it on the Xbox already. That Fisher-Price game is like $10 or $8, something absolutely ridiculous. But I think it's funny because it's like surrounded by all those other Fisher-Price things. So I feel like right where it was is like its final resting place and it just needs to stay there. And then I checked that back area where they have games on the shelves and it's pretty much been picked through. They haven't added anything new, and if you watched the last time I went here, I picked up some games from there. All those games that were there right today were already there last time, so I had to pass on those. Okay, so I saw this PlayStation controller, but it definitely looked weird, and so I wanted to check it out, and then I saw the price, and I immediately decided no to that. Then I saw these cool like game posters. There was a stack of movie posters, but I saw some games in it like Fortnite, Spyro, stuff like that. It was very interesting, but I passed on it. I found these Xbox 360 cords. I found Rock Band Beatles, might keep that for later. Dead Space, I kind of passed on that, but overall I found these pretty cool. And honestly, the only thing I picked up from this was the Rock Band Beatles. Yes, $8 is kind of expensive, but I'm going to keep this and use it in the future. Whenever I find Rock Band Beatles stuff, I'm going to pair this with it and hopefully sell it for more than $8. I think $8 was probably a little more than I wanted to pay, but for the sake of this video and for the sake of being able to actually take this game and like use it in the future when I find those controllers and bump up the value there, I think $8 is no problem. And so I knew that I saw this and I had to pick it up. I passed on those movie poster kind of game posters, just like someone had printed them off, and I really wasn't worth it or wasn't really interested in that. And then that PlayStation controller, I wasn't even going to buy. So there ended up being one more find. However, I didn't get it on camera because of kind of where it was. It was right at the cash register. And there were people waiting in line behind me, and I didn't see this until I got to the cash register, so I just didn't film it, but I did want to show it to you. And that is this Wii Motion Plus controller add-on and the grip. It's not the actual controller itself, but it is still sealed on all four corners, so that's pretty good. This was like $4. I saw it and I was like, $4, I'm gonna pick this up, why not? However, if you notice, there's not a tab here. Normally there's like a plastic cardboard piece that goes up to about here, but it was like ripped and all jaggedy. So for the sake of adding it to my collection, I just kind of took scissors and cut that part off. It was already damaged, so me taking scissors and cutting that edge really didn't damage it anymore. It's still sealed, and if you could see in some videos up there, I've got a sealed Wii Mote and a nunchuck, so I'm gonna take this and put it up there on the shelves as well. And so I didn't get this on camera, but I still wanted to tell you about it because I did find it there and I thought it was pretty cool, and I definitely want to add it to the collection, of course. So I would say the antique store is a pretty good success. There were some games that I picked up that I was super excited and happy to pick up, and then there were some things I obviously passed on. I just don't want to waste my time or money on things that aren't worth it. So Twisted Metal Head On, $5. I'll add this to my game collection, totally well worth it. Then I picked up God of War Ascension for $5 and God of War 3. These are both definitely worth $5. And if you don't have those games, you definitely should get them. Rock Band Beatles for $8. Definitely probably too much money, but I'll pair this with the controller or something in the future and I'll definitely make my money back, so it'll be alright there. And last but not least, this Wii Motion Plus, a plug for the controller and the skin around it, or the case, whatever you want to call it, for $4. That's a pretty good deal. Now, I want to say I found some other stuff at this antique store that wasn't gaming related that I bought, so I could buy it for like $8 to $10 and sell it for like $25 or so. I picked up 2 pairs of shoes. They're like really nice condition, so if you're interested in that, maybe look for other things at antique stores that you can flip and make some money so you can fund the game club, like fund the games. That's what this is all about. So I wanted to talk about that and say that is kind of where this ended up. I want to say thank you, sir, for watching, and that's all I have, so see ya.